On my journey, I saw quite a lot of landscape, and that was nice because in the city, I feel like the buildings block that off, so it just helps to sort of broaden your field of vision. Speaking of fields, I also saw a lot of fields and abandoned buildings, and I thought of when Birmingham was and London was more industrial and also more agricultural as well, so to speak. Coming back to a place that I haven't been to for a long time but I know very well is weird because it does feel almost the same, but obviously there's new features like Birmingham, new streets been changed. London's busier because there's more people, so the energy just feels higher, it feels charged. It feels like everyone's basically running around sort of almost in their own world. Whereas in Birmingham, it just feels slower. Not mentally, people, just in general, the way I'm moving around in Birmingham feels slower. I think travelling to other cities has definitely affected my creative process because it's given me a chance to put everything into perspective and from different angles, so I get a different perspective. So I'm looking at the place that I lived at before in a different way that I'm looking at it now. First thing I noticed was a change in accents on the train. So I suppose it was nice to, because I'm from Birmingham, to hear the London accent a lot is different. But then when you get on the train, you start to hear more sort of northern accents. I think my observational skills actually have improved because I had to observe what I was looking at before I come here because I knew I was going to be questioned on it, which made me actually more observant about my surroundings. I think the changing environment so far has been good. It's been different. It's nice to get out of London, different from Birmingham and different from London. I feel like it's more and a Birmingham vibe as in terms of, I suppose, maybe community. But then listening to some of the things that Dwayne told us about before, I can see that they still have the same issues that most inner city poor areas maybe have. So like problems with police, etc., or violence for whatever reason. So I think there's a lot more similarities I'm seeing now than differences. Comparison between the cities, I think London's obviously the most fast-paced city, but as for heart, community, culture, I'm staying with Brum all day. I think Birmingham has that heart. Thoughts of today, it's great to get Izzy's perspective on where we grew up because obviously we're kind of had similar places that we grew up and similar places that we saw. So it's funny that we didn't really see each other at the time, but it was nice to get his perspective on Birmingham. And if I was from Liverpool, like I'd just totally be like, probably a bit more chuffed, a bit more like bubbly. Don't kill my vibe, don't kill my vibe. Like, you know, that kind of vibe. Sorry, I love Liverpool, this is the sickest accent in the world.